So we created this series because we really wanted to answer a lot of the financial questions we're getting. Because when we created our budget planner, we reached out to the audience, and with so many questions that we got, and these questions, I have Eddie from Epic Financial Strategies here to help answer. And one of the questions that came up, Eddie, was, when investing for retirement, should I just do an IRA or shall I do the Roth? Right?
Yeah.
So can you maybe provide clarity as to what that is? Because maybe there are viewers who don't even know what we're talking about, but also go a little bit deeper and talking about the benefits of either one. And
So I appreciate the question, and thank you so much for having us here. And we love collaborating with you in this community. And so, to answer the question, right, an IRA is a pre-tax savings tool, right? So it stands for individual retirement account, right? So a single person owns this account and they're putting money into it and they're not paying tax on that money. Mm-hmm. Then that money is going to be invested for however long, right? They'll continue to contribute and it's going to grow to this giant pile of money. And when they start taking distributions in retirement, that's when you will start paying taxes, right? That's the way a traditional 401k works. That's the way the traditional IRA works. It's basically the same exact tool, just, one is provided by your employer and one is individual that you own. So that's a great way to defer your tax into the future and not have to pay that income tax today. Problem with that method of savings is that we just don't know where taxes will be in the future.
And historically, we've seen that taxes actually do go up, then come down.
Yeah.
Right?
I think since the 1960s, and you could go back and check this, but I think the tax code has changed around 40 times, right, since the 1960s. So predicting where taxes are going to be is very difficult. I would say right now they're probably at the lowest in our lifetime. And that being said, our debt is also at the highest in our lifetime. So if the government's spending without stopping, where are they going to get the money? It's from tax revenue. So if I was betting on where taxes will be in the future, my guess would be up, but I have no idea. That's just a guess, right? So back to Roth IRA versus IRA. So IRA is pre-tax. The Roth IRA is post-tax. Well, what does that mean? That means I've already paid tax on the money and now I'm going to put it into this account. And it's also going to be invested, and all the growth inside of that account in the future, when I start taking withdrawals from it, I'm not paying any taxes on that money. There's no income tax on the withdrawal from the Roth IRA. Great savings tool. What I like about it from a planning perspective is I know exactly how much money I have, so I don't have to factor in where taxes will be and what's going to happen. Do taxes erode my spending power? I don't have to worry about that with the Roth. There are some limitations. If you start earning more income, you may not be able to put money in. But, from a basic standpoint, one is pre-tax, one is post-tax. There's a reason to do either one, and there's pros and cons to both. So hopefully you kind of understand now both the pros and cons of saving in both of those accounts. And really it's an individualized choice and where you're feeling comfortable with and what are your goals for retirement. And so there's a whole lot of choices out there. We just talked about the account type. We didn't even talk about the investing, the growth, the compounding, all of that sort of stuff. But from a tax perspective, you want to make what makes the most sense for you today, and try to work from there.
Yeah. So again, this is also another, one size doesn't fit all type of questions. So you probably want to look into what works for you. And if you need help to talk through that, you can reach out to the team over at Epic. they'll be more than happy to have one of their experts just jump on the phone with you and walk you through the different scenarios and actually look into your numbers and obviously do some sort of cash flow analysis to then really see what's the best situation for you. And what I like about Epic is that this is a free, no obligation call that you can put in, and it can really help you make a lot of progress in your decision making on what's best for you. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.